with your button, okay? Yeah. So good evening, students. Okay. Good evening pula. Good morning. Okay. So today our class, we would look into the topic of measurement. Okay. Now, this topic of measurement, okay, the word measurement itself comes from the base word measure. Measure means in bahasa, it's to ukur, mengukur sesuatu, to measure. So there are many things in this world that we can measure. We can start with length, okay? For example, how tall you are, or how long is the table, okay? So length is a measurement. When we want to measure length, we use certain units to help us to measure, okay? With the smallest unit we can start with is millimeter. Then you'll have the centimeter. Then you can actually have the meter and the kilometer. Now, what is this millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer? They are all called the units of measurement. Two things, boys and students. When you say measuring length, okay, you can measure that length of many objects. Let's say you want to measure the distance from Kuala Lumpur to Penang. Then you want to think and choose carefully which unit will be most appropriate. So if let's say you're going to measure such a long distance, like distance from the distance of the Penang Bridge, how long is the Penang Bridge? You are going to use units like kilometers. If you're going to measure how long is it, how long is your house, maybe, you know, what is the length? What is the width of your house? You might use meters or even your rooms. Now, let's say smaller objects like your books, your pencil cases, you can choose between centimeter and sometimes even millimeters. Now, where do you find these centimeters and millimeters? You can find them easily in tools such as your ruler. Now, your ruler is called a measuring tool. Now, remember, tools, there are so many different types of tools that can actually help us to measure. If you want to measure length, you can use a ruler, you can use a measuring tape, and we'll look into this in a while later through a presentation, okay? This is just a brief introduction. Then we can go to the next unit, okay? We could say, all right, how about measuring mass, your body weight, okay? And when you want to measure the mass of an object or your body or anything, you want to see how heavy it is. And for that, you use two units here. No need to complicate yourself so much. Grams and kilograms. Okay, these would be the two units of measuring, or the units used to measure quantities for mass, to measure how heavy. For example, a baby is born. That time you want to measure how many kilogram. You can even measure, okay, the baby is 3.5 kilogram. Quite a big fat baby, huh? So you all should know, huh? When you were born, what was your weight? Now, what is your weight? So what do you use to measure them? You use a measuring scale. You use a weighing machine. So that is the tool that you use to measure your weight. Very light objects, you can even measure using a smaller measuring scale or a kitchen scale. Now, most of the time, if you guys are doing, or you're involved in cooking or helping your mother in the kitchen, you will notice that there are lots of things in the kitchen that are actually measurable. Okay, you can measure. If let's say you want to bake a cake, you need to measure how many grams of flour, how many grams of sugar. That would be small measurements, so you have in grams. Your mother will go grocery shopping. Practically everything that she buys has got a measurement to it. It will be either in kilogram, gram, or finally, there's one more called volume of liquid. Now, when I say volume of liquid, this can be water, this can be oil, it can be anything which is a liquid. And what is the unit that we use to measure? It would be milliliters and liters. Okay, this would be the measuring units for volume of liquid. Now, these are just some basic examples of what you can measure in this world. There are so many other things to measure, such as speed. You can measure how far your car goes, or your transport goes, or an airline, aeroplane flies at a certain speed. So you take the unit of time and you take the unit of length. And if you would have learned this in science, to measure speed, we take distance over time. This is called distance traveled over the time. Divide by time, you will get speed. You can also measure things like temperature, how cold or hot a place is. Okay, so how do you measure temperature? What's the unit? We call it, very good, Celsius or Fahrenheit, depending on which country you are in. And then we also have the tools. So remember, when you learn this topic of measurement, okay, first of all, you must understand that each different types of measurements have different types of units. And to measure these units, we also have certain tools. Okay, we need to use different tools to measure different units.
Measuring tape.
Yes, measuring tape, meter ruler, weighing scale, beaker, cylinder, name it. Okay, there are so many things that you can use to measure. All right, please mute yourselves, boys. Okay, now let's move on to what are we going to learn per se. Okay, before we go to my presentation, I would like you to have a little quick maybe a little introduction about the ruler. Okay, it's a tool. It's a tool that we all use very commonly. Okay, but it could be sometimes we really don't know how to use it properly. Okay, so how to use a ruler. This is a little short preview on that. Okay, so all of you have a ruler, I believe. Okay, you can have a long ruler, a short ruler, and along the ruler, you can see there are these scales. Sometimes you will see, most of the time you will see the word centimeter. Sometimes you can even find the word inches. Okay, so how do you actually measure an object on a ruler is you place the 0 cm mark. It starts at the 0. For example, this, let's say you want to measure these scissors. The scissors starts here, kan? So it must be aligned with that 0. You don't put your ruler here pula. You don't start your ruler here. That wouldn't make sense because there's this extra space here which is not measured. So this is a little awareness that you should have. When you want to measure something, always start at the 0. Please mute yourself, Shantan. Thank you. Now, after that, wherever you end your measurement, that's where your eyes should be looking at. Okay, so in this case, it's roughly about at 6.5. Now remember, this is a centimeter. That means from 0 to 1, this is 1 centimeter. 1 to 2, it's another centimeter. So what happens in between here? You will still see in your ruler there are marks. This would be half, 2.5.
1.5.
Yes. When you say the word half, this is in fraction. If you say it in decimal, then you will say 0.5. So you can have 1.5 centimeters. You can have 3.5 centimeters. What does it mean? It means this is 1.5. This is 3.5. These are little things that you should know. Okay, let's move on now. What about the next picture here? It's a paper clip. 1 minute, yeah? Okay, you see now a paper clip. To find the length of the object to the nearest centimeter, round the length up or down to the nearest number on the ruler. Very simple. This is called rounding off. Say the paper clip, it starts at 0 here, but it ends somewhere at probably here, okay? Now, this part, okay, it's not so accurate, my drawing kan, but let me see if I can use a line, okay? So, draw a line. So over here, I assume it's going to be somewhere about 5.1234. So if I'm not wrong, this paper clip is about 5.4 centimeters. That is to be really accurate. But if I want to round this off, remember, round off, bundarkan. Okay, you can also do that. So 5.4, is it nearer to 5? Or will it be nearer to 6? I believe this one is 5.5 lah. That's why they have rounded off 6.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah.
Please mute, boys. Okay, so I think this must be 5.5. Okay, because you see they have circled 6. So 5.5, as you know, if your number or if your digit is more than 5 or 5, that house you're rounding off, you have to add 1. So it's nearer to 6. So it's about, you can say it's not exactly, but you use the word, it's about 6 centimeters. It's about 5 centimeters. It's about 3 centimeters. You use, that is called rounding off or making an, estimation to the nearest whole number. Okay, that is one skill that you can learn. Now let's move on. Okay, now little things like, here you see the ruler has got centimeters and inches. Okay, now if you go and explore your ruler carefully, you will see that there are little intervals here, smaller lines. Now this is the interval for millimeters. So if you look carefully, this from 6 to 7, it's 1 centimeter. But you will find inside that 1 centimeter, there are 10 small intervals. So that interval is called millimeters. So there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. I believe the video that you have seen earlier also would have helped your understanding. Okay, so let's say I want to measure this paper clip and it was 5.5 centimeters earlier. So how many millimeter is this? Actually, when you transfer it to become a millimeter, all you need to do now is multiply with 10. So 5.5 times 10 will get 55 millimeter. And this is called converting the units. Okay, another important skill that you should know is, yang kamu kena belajar ialah tukar unit. Daripada sentimeter ke millimeter, millimeter ke sentimeter dengan betul. Now, remember in the WhatsApp group, earlier I sent a chart. That chart will tell you how to change, isn't it? Ada nampak tak? Did you all see the chart?
Yes.
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 So you need to copy that chart out. Use an A4 paper. Okay, listen carefully to the instruction. Use an A4 paper. Draw out that chart, that PDF chart. Use colors to help you. Okay, from millimeter to centimeter, the arrow goes from centimeter to meter and so on. I'll explain later, but you draw out that as a chart and put it up on your wall so that you can always remember a door or something like that in your house. You know? Okay, let's.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, good. So I think that's about it. Okay, that's about for how to really use that ruler properly. Okay. Now, the next activity that I'm going to do here would be on tools. Okay, as I told you, when we want to measure, we have various tools that we can use to measure objects. And that's what we are going to see now. Okay, so can you see the slides on your side, boys? Nampak? Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, what could you use to measure? Now, here you see the thermometer, you can see the ruler, you can see the cylinder, you can see the weighing scale, stopwatch, measuring tape. So let's go explore these things. All right. Now, not everything I'm going to cover here. We will cover length. We will learn mass or weight. We will learn milliliters and liters. That's for measuring capacity or volume. We don't learn temperature. Okay, and this one we have already finished learning in the previous topic. So today, or this unit would concentrate on measurements for these three things. That is why in your activity book, you will see that it's together, it's grouped together: length, mass, volume of liquid. Okay, all these three different measurements are put together. So in the topic of length, we have centimeters, meters. Don't forget, we also have millimeters and kilometers. We've got two more extra units there. In weight or mass, we have grams and kilograms. This is how you spell out, okay? All right, and then we have milliliters and liters for capacity or volume. This is how the spelling looks like. And to a note, to to remind you, when you write this word, can you see this 1 liter here? That L is actually written like this. Because if you type or if you write a normal L, it will look like almost like 1. So in order for us to avoid confusion, jangan kita jadi confused, kalau nak tulis 1 liter, L itu kita guna L seperti ini. You learn to write like this. How do you do it? Take your pencil, go up, make a curve, come down. Practice doing it like a pattern pula this one, okay? Go up, come down. Take your pencil, go up, make a curve, come down. That's to symbolize liter. Same goes with milliliter. So you write milliliter like that. Do you understand? Now, over then, you also have these things. What is all this? These are the conversions. 1 kilogram is 1,000 gram. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliter. And over here, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Later, we will look into the chart. Okay. Now, before that, we look at the tools first. All right. So clear? Let's move on. Okay. These are your tools. We start with the simplest, the ruler. The ruler helps you to measure what? Kilogram, gram, volume of liquid, or length? What does it help you to measure?
Length.
Length, yes, that's right. You can put into your chat function. I'm also looking into that, okay? Whatever question I'm asking, you reply in the chat. Okay, go on now. So how about this? This is called a measuring tape. Again, what are we use? What can we use to measure this? What can we use this for? To measure what?
Length.
Length again, yes. Length, and length means you can talk about so many things. You can use to measure material. If you notice carefully, sometimes when your mother wants to measure, or if your mother's a tailor or what, she wants to measure how long to cut material into, she might use this. In a tailor shop, you'll always find this. Sometimes you want to go and stitch a pants, you want to stitch a coat, or you want to stitch a dress. The tailor will always use a measuring tape to measure around your arms, measure how your waist is, how big is your waist, and things like that before they stitch a material for you. Okay. Now, have you seen this? This is, maybe you have not seen it. You have not even been to school for a long time. This is called a trundle wheel. Okay. You know, before your sport starts, okay, your sports in school, kadang-kadang kita ada, not kadang-kadang, every year kita ada sports. Sebelum cikgu buat sports tu, before we do that sports, the teacher will go and take the trundle wheel and measure on the field. I want to measure 100 meters on the field. Yes, why? Because you have to run that 100 meters. You understand that? So you want to make sure you exactly run 100 meters. You don't run more than that. In a stadium or anywhere you want to see the measurement, they will use the trundle wheel to measure. Yes, not just 100-meter runs, can be 400 meter, can be 200 meters. So takkan you want to use your ruler, isn't it? Doesn't make sense. So you use different tools to measure different things. Now let's go to the next one. What about this? This is a measuring cylinder. What do you think it's measuring? Put it in the chat. Very good. Volume, okay, volume of liquid, okay, or we also have another term, we call it capacity, okay, capacity. In bahasa, I forgot, wait, volume of liquid. Apa tu dalam bahasa?
Isi padu cecair.
Isi padu cecair. Thank you very much. Okay, sometimes I also forget. Okay, so let's move on. What about this? This is something you can find in your mommy's kitchen. It's a measuring scale, or we call it a weighing scale. Very good. You use it to measure mass. Okay, kilogram and grams. You see the unit there, you can see the grams. This is a measuring scale for grams.
Dr. Ma want to ask something.
Yeah, what is it?
Dr. Ma want to ask.
Who wants to ask? You can ask.
Saya.
Yeah. Apa tu?
Mak saya buat kek tu.
Betul. Kalau mak kamu buat kek, mesti guna. And today, kita ada digital pun dah. Okay, we have digital measuring scales. Okay, and if you look carefully, the digital one is the lazy one lah, because you can see the answer straight away.
Yeah.
This one is the old one. You must look and you must learn how to read. This one you belajar in standard 3 already. Okay, you actually have learned okay how to read the scale. Just like how to read from the ruler, how to read correctly from the measuring scales. There are many types of measuring scales, boys. So if you look carefully here, look inside carefully here, you see the word grams here. That means it starts from 0, it ends at 100. That means this one can measure anything from 1 to 100 grams. Itu saja. It's quite a small scale because it cannot measure anything heavier than 100 grams. The needle will go like ting here like that. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay. Let's see other things now. How about this? This is a stopwatch. What do we measure?
Untuk orang jogging.
You mean measure jogging ka? No. We don't measure speed, Shashan. We measure time. Yes. Kita tak measure speed dengan stopwatch ni. Okay, we are not. Kalau nak measure speed tu, kena ada dua perkara. You need two things when if you want to count the speed. You need time. You also need your distance. Kamu kena tahu berapa meter, berapa kilometer kamu lari. Baru boleh kira speed. Private message, yes. Okay, so this is a stopwatch used to count time. And you remember that's our previous topic, time. And the unit, we can say seconds. Usually the stopwatch is so fast, you don't want to count hours, okay? It's to measure seconds. That is the unit, okay? This is the tool. So be clear in your mind, what are you measuring, okay? And what are the tools that you are using to measure? Okay, let's look at one more example here. This is called a thermometer. What do we measure with this?
Panas dengan suhu sejuk.
Panas dan sejuk. Kita measure temperature. Okay. Okay, betul lah. Kita measure whether something is hot or cold using a thermometer. You can measure your body temperature. Now you can see even this is digitalized today. Everywhere you go, so you can see this thing already because you must enter the shop after scanning your body temperature. You remember?
Yes,
COVID, everywhere you go, so you can see this thing already. You see, this is called the tools that you use to measure. Now, this topic of measurement, boys, is all over you. Everywhere you look around you, there's something to measure. Okay? Mesti ada sesuatu untuk measure. Yes, and your body temperature is supposed to be 36.6 degrees Celsius, bukan Fahrenheit. Kita guna Celsius. Now, can you please mute on your side? Thank you.
Cikgu, saya ada, saya ambil.
Dia ada temperature punya. Fahrenheit, no, we don't use Fahrenheit. That's another unit, that's all. Just like how we use kilometers here. Kejap.
Ni.
Betul. Itu macam decorative punya. Tapi itu measure temperature di rumah kot. Okay? Alright? If you go to the clinic, the doctor will put one small thing under your tongue. The thermometer. Have you seen that? Have you experienced that before?
My house door very button.
Alright. So Fahrenheit is another unit of measuring temperature as well. Just like miles. Okay, miles is another unit of measuring distance. But for us, for our knowledge, we just use kilometer, meter cukup lah. Okay? Alright. So that's for the tools. Clear? Okay? I hope you understand better now about what are we talking. There are so many different tools to help you to measure different objects. So I'm going to stop here now and I'm going to go on to converting the units. And this is the important part as well. Okay, how to convert? Macam mana nak tukar unit? Okay? So, sekejap. Mana Zoom? Okay. Now this one is teacher slides. Okay. Measurement. All right. We measure length, mass, and capacity. Or another word for capacity ialah volume of liquid. Now, apa yang kamu akan belajar? What will you learn? First of all, you learn that different types of measurement, you want to measure different things, you use different units. Kilometer, meter, centimeter, milliliter, itu ialah unit. Okay, sebelum ni kita tengok dah. Kita juga telah tengok tools. What are the tools that you use? I just finished that. Now, we are going to go to learn how to convert the units. Now, this is something you need to learn. Ini yang kamu kena belajar. Selepas kamu tahu apa itu unit dan apa itu tools that you have to measure, you learn to convert the units properly. After converting, you do the operations. You do your tambah, your tolak, your darab dan your bahagi. Faham? Baru last kali you buat word problems. So, bila you sudah buat tambah, tolak, darab, bahagi, ini maksudnya band 3. Okay? Kalau sudah tahu macam mana nak convert, itu maksudnya band 2. Okay? Kalau hanya setakat tahu ini adalah kilometer, ini adalah meter, ini adalah tools, ini adalah baru band 1. Kalau boleh buat word problems, then we have reached band 4. And then you have got band 5 and band 6, which is like difficult word problems. That's all. The word problem got 3 levels. Easy, medium, hard. That's all. Okay? But we don't have to worry about so much about 5 and 6. We do this first. This is your basic. Kamu kena tahu benda ni semua dengan betul. Do you understand, boys? Okay? So we have learned this. We have learned the tools. Now we go learn how to convert the units. Okay? Now, let's go to the second slide di sini. This one I have sent you in PDF. Okay? Cikgu sudah hantar. And this is the chart that you need to draw out. Can you see? It starts here. Millimeters, centimeter, meter, kilometer. This is the 4 unit untuk length. Nak measure panjang. Okay? Now, nampak di sini, arrow di sini, daripada millimeter dia jump ke sentimeter. Daripada sentimeter dia pergi ke meter. Dari meter dia pergi ke kilometer. Kalaulah soalan beri kamu millimeter, tanya kamu sentimeter, maka kamu bahagi 10. You divide by 10. Example, 50 millimeters. Okay? Example is how many centimeter. Contoh, dia bagi millimeter, dia tanya sentimeter. So, bahagi 10. Ambil titik perpuluhan, pergi ke kiri satu tempat perpuluhan. So, your answer will be 5.0 centimeters. This topic of ambil titik pergi kiri, pergi kanan tu di bawah topik decimal. You should have learned this by now. Okay, you should know how to divide by 100, divide by 10, divide by 1000 or multiply, whichever way. Okay, so that is millimeter to centimeter. Contoh soalan dia tanya, dia give you centimeter and they ask you to find meter. For example, 300 centimeter is how many meter? So you take 300 and you divide by 100. So you move 1, 2. 2 decimal places. Why? Because 2 zeros. So you put your decimal here and you will get the answer 3 meters. Faham? Okay. And then another soalan, dia bagi you meter. Dia tanya kamu kilometer pula. For example, 5,000 meters. Okay. And they ask you how many kilometer is that? So divide by 1,000. So your decimal move lah 1, 2, 3. So it will become 5 kilometers. This is based on the conversion that 1 centimeter sama dengan 10 millimeter. 1 meter sama dengan 100 centimeter. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Ini yang kamu kena ingat. Okay, this is the basic formula. Okay, katakan soalan. Okay, I'm going to clear all this. Dia bagi kamu sentimeter, tanya kamu millimeter. Contohnya, 5 cm is how many millimeter? Dia bagi kamu sentimeter, dia tanya kamu millimeter. Kamu darab 10 lah. So what is 5 times 10? 50. Senang. 50 millimeter. Itu saja. But remember, just like the topic of time, every answer that you tulis mesti ada unit. Jangan you sebut 50, 40, 30, just like that. No. Sebut unit dia. You must tell the unit. Whether it's millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer. Understood? Now, let's say the question says 7 meters. Dia tanya kamu, berapa sentimeter 7 meters ni? So, darablah 100. So, become 700 centimeter. Kalau soalan tanya, distance dari Penang Bridge adalah 10 kilometer. Contohnya lah, katakan 10 kilometer panjang Penang Bridge. Berapa meter? Darab 1000. So it will become 10 times with 1000. So the decimal will move 3 places to the right. So put in 3 zeros at the back. So 10,000 meter, 10,000 meters. Okay? Same thing you do when it comes to mass ataupun volume of liquid. Di sini 1 kilogram is 1000 gram. That is why the conversion is only this. Senang lagi. 1 liter is 1000 milliliters. If you look at it, ini semua sama. 1 kilometer, 1000 meter. 1 liter, 1000 milliliter. 1 kilogram, 1000 gram. Senang untuk kamu ingat. Extra ialah this dan this sahaja. Daripada meter ke sentimeter, sentimeter ke milimeter. Itu saja. Extra yang kamu belajar. Kalau tak, mass dengan capacity dengan length tu sama. It's the conversion is 1000. So contohnya, okay, satu kotak, one box of milk you buy. It says 1 liter. How many milliliter is that? 1000 lah. Okay. Or you buy a box of orange juice, the big one. It says 2 liters.
2000 milliliter.
2000 milliliters. What if it says 1.8 liters? So then you still
1800.
yes,
milliliter.
you times with 1000 and you'll get 1800 milliliters.
Milliliter.
Same goes for kilogram and grams. Okay, so now I believe you can understand what I'm talking about. It's time for you to answer some questions. Now, I will post this slide later in the group. Okay, cikgu akan postkan slide ini. Dalam slide ini kamu boleh nampaklah soalan. Lepas 3 ni kamu boleh nampak soalan. Ada banyak soalan. Now, there's question 1 asking you 3 centimeters is how many millimeter? So, beri centimeter, dia tanya millimeter. So, you go this arrow. What do? Times 10. So, you times 10 lah. 3 times 10, 30 millimeter. What I want you to do would be, you can either have the option of printing this out. Kamu boleh print ini keluar dan buat soalan tu. Ataupun boleh tulis sahaja soalan dalam buku latihan. That's up to you. Okay? But you will have to do these questions in this module that I'm sharing right now. Faham ke? Okay?
Yes,
I'm going to just do or touch a few questions and I will explain. Cikgu akan tunjuk macam mana nak buat. Yang lain kamu kena cuba on yourself. Okay? By yourself.
On the corner.
On lah. On lah your aircon, no problem. Okay. 15 centimeter is how many millimeter? So, they give you centimeters. They ask you to find millimeters. So, what do? Times 10. Do you understand? Question 3. 90 millimeters. How many centimeter? So, they give you millimeters and they ask you for the centimeter. So, kamu kena bahagi with 10. So, you take 90 and you bahagi with 10. Remember, when you bahagi, your decimal goes to the left. So, this will become 9 centimeter. Understand? Okay, question 4. You are going to do all these questions again. I'm just... Yeah?
So do we have to do this in the book?
Yes. You got to write it out. You got to write out these questions.
Will you send this to us?
Yes, I will send this to you all. Okay, after the class, I will send this as a PDF. Well, if you want to print it out and
Teacher.
also boleh. Yes.
Teacher, you send this into the group.
Yala, I will send this into the group. Okay. All right. Okay, question 4. Maybe now I want you to use your chat. Okay. Go to your chat function. All of you. Answer question number 4 for me. 3 meter. How many centimeter? Private message. Jangan publish your message to everyone. Go choose. Message to who? Message to me. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Put in your answers. I want to see some answers. Number 4. Shakir. 300 apa? I told you you must be precise. Kan dia tulis centimeter, so you must follow centimeter pun. Okay, very good. You're getting your answers. Well done. Okay, all your answers so far correct. I'll only pick if there's a mistake. Okay, hi, what do you mean answer is hi, Lakshman? I want your answer. Okay, hi anyway. Okay, good. Number 4, all of you are getting it correct. Okay, now let's go to number 5. How about number 5 now? 9 meters. How many centimeters? Look, they give you meter, they ask you centimeter. So this is the arrow you must follow. And this is what you must do. Very good. Sai Darshan, well done. Okay. Make sure you write your unit. Farid, mute. All right. Okay, I see all the correct answers. The answers are all correct. Well done, boys. 9 meter is 900 centimeter because you times 100. Okay, based on the chart. Okay. All right, let's move on to number 6 pula now. 200 centimeters is how many meters? So they give you the centimeter, dia tanya kamu meter. So you divide by 100. You must see apa yang soalan tanya. Centimeter to meter. So they give you centimeter, they asking you meter. So do this, divide by 100. That's right. Most of your answers are coming in correct. Okay, good. Well done. Very well done. Let's go to question 9 now. I'm going to skip this, so you can answer this by yourself. How about 2,800 meters? So this one is meters and they ask you for kilometers. So you bahagi 1,000. Very good. I see your answers all coming in. Well done. So divide by 1,000 means I take lah from here 1, 2, 3. Got 3 zeros. So I put my decimal here. Lester, check your answer again. It's 2.8. Where can get 38,000 centimeter? Look at the unit carefully. Nak kilometer. Bukannya centimeter. Okay? That's why you need to be very careful. What is the question asking you? From what unit to what unit? This one, if you do a mistake, it's your careless mistake. Okay? All of you try number 8 now. Question 8. Question 8 is 3.5 kilometer tukar kepada meter. So kilometer tukar kepada meter. You do this. You times 1,000. That's well done. Okay. Now I see your answers. Very good. So you times 1,000 means you move your decimal to the right. 3 places. So you would get, how can you get 3,800 when this is 5? Okay, it's 3,500. Okay, and you must say the word meter. You write the M also cukup, or you can write METER pun boleh. Okay, why do you write like this? You don't want to write centimeter. You don't want to write so long, so you write short form. Okay, so you can use the short form. That's fine, but you must use it. That's the point. Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, now you know this is basic conversion. We're going to go on to convert a bit more. What about if they give you 2 different units there and they ask you to find 1 unit? For example, 3 centimeters, 7 millimeter. How many centimeter is that?
3,000.
What? Come on. Don't seem your answer. Centimeter. Centimeter, no problem. Okay. Tetapi di sini ada 7 millimeter. That is our problem. So 7 millimeter ni, you want to become centimeter, you must divide by 10. So what happens when 7 divide by 10? You will get 0.7. Can you please mute, Rajesh? Alright. 3 itu akan tinggal sebagai 3. This will be 3 centimeters. Okay, and 7 millimeter ni akan jadi 0.7 centimeter. So kita tambahlah dua-dua unit ni. This is 3.0. So kamu akan dapat 3.7 centimeter. Faham? You must change the unit that you need to change only. Alright, let's look at this. 6.25. You're going to do all these questions again. I'm just doing one time. You will do the second time. Okay? Question 11. 6.25 meters. Change to centimeter. So look, meter, you want to change to centimeter. What do? Times with 100. So 6.252 kamu times with 100 lah. You can write down like this. Then you move your decimal 2 points and you will get 625 centimeter. How did you get a 0 in front some more? Remember, you're only supposed to times with 100. This is 1000. If kilometer to meter, then 1000. Meter to centimeter is only 100. Because 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So if you have 6 meter, obviously you'll have 600 centimeters. Faham? And 25 tu tambahlah 25. Okay, good. Noted. Okay. So question 12. I have now 4 meters. 70 nak tukar jadi meter. So 4 meter ni 4 meter saja, dia takkan tukar. Faham? You only have to change the 70 centimeter. So 70 centimeter to meter kan? So centimeter to meter. What do you do? Divide by 100. So 70 bahagi 100 tu, you go back 2 places. And you will get 0.7. So tambah ini 0.7 di sini. Okay, and you will get 4.7. Itu akan jadi jawapan kamu. Faham? 4.7 meters. That is how you do this question. And since I'm recording this video, this lesson, you will be able to see this again. If you forget, you just go to the video and watch it again. Now I'm going to move on because I believe we are already almost not yet an hour, but about an hour, and I've got 20 questions for you. Okay, now we're at question 13. Now we are coming to this part. We are doing the operations. Tadi kita convert unit. Now we learn how to do the operations. Operations means your tambah, tolak, darab, bahagi. And this one is related to the topic of unit or length. Okay, length yang kita nak kita sekarang. How do you do this? Macam mana nak buat soalan ni? I will tell you what is the homework later. Okay, let's concentrate here first. Question 13. 14 cm 15 mm tambah 6 cm 23 mm. Very simple. Tulis asing-asing. So you write 14 cm, you write the centimeter, then you write 15, you write millimeter, plus with, you write plus with 6 centimeter and 23 millimeter. You must do what we call as the standard written method. Buatlah. Buat asing-asing. Draw a long line. Then start with the millimeter unit. 5 plus 3, 8. 1 plus 2, 3. Here, 4 plus 6, 10. Here will become 20. So your answer is 20 centimeter and 38 millimeter. Okay? Kalau soalan tanya, bagi semua jawapan dalam sentimeter, then millimeter ni kena tukar pergi sentimeter dan bagi jawapan dalam tu. Alright, you all know that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeter. Betul? Okay, di sini ada 38 millimeter. So kamu tolaklah 30 millimeter. Bila tolak 30, remember we did this in the topic of time? You plus with 3 centimeters. Now your answer will be 38 minus 30 will be 8 millimeter. Tinggal 8 millimeter. Dan 20 plus 3 is 23 centimeters. This is how you can leave your answer. Faham? That's right. I see some of you have given your answers. Let's look at question 14 and this is a question of subtraction. Ini tambah, ini tolak. Macam mana nak buat soalan tolak? The same way. Tulis 16 cm, 8 mm minus 7 cm and 12 millimeters. Now look, 8 minus 12. Boleh buat ke? Tak boleh. So you pinjam. You pinjam 1 cm. So 1 cm ialah 10 mm. So kamu akan dapat di sini 10. 10 tambah 8 ialah 18. So now you can tolak. So this will become 8 tolak 2, 6. And then this will be 6 lah. 18 minus 12 will be 6 millimeter. Over here, 15 minus 7, 5, 6, 7, you will have 8 centimeter. You must learn to borrow or exchange correctly bila kamu tolak. Kalau tak cukup. Okay, so you can leave your answer like this. Cukup. Or if the soalan tanya, bagi jawapan dalam sentimeter, then you say 8.6 centimeter. Kalau soalan tanya, bagi jawapan dalam millimeter, 86 millimeter. So you see boys, you can answer in 3 different ways. Either you separate the unit, or you can join it up, or you can join up with the cm, or you can join up and give it as a millimeter. Okay, these are the things that you should know. Okay, clear. You want to see this, you go watch the video again. All right. Next question, number 15. This is darab. And question 16 is bahagi. How do you do this? Macam mana? How to do this question? Very simple. 4 kilometer. You write, you look here. 7 darab 4 kilometer, 608 meter. So you write your 4 kilometer. You write your 608 meters. Okay, tulis. And then you take and times with 7. Okay, 8 times 7. Berapa? 56. Betul? So you write 5 here and then you write 6. You do the normal multiplication. 0 times 7 is 0. Plus 5 is 5. Okay, 7 times 6 is 42. So you tulis lah your 42. You don't go anywhere. You jangan pergi mana-mana. You tulis this 42 and you leave it as meter. Now you go and attack the kilometer. 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, now this is how your answer looks like. But you know 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. You know this already. So what must you do when you have 4,000 meters? You
Minus 4,000.
1,000. Okay, and you plus 4 kilometers. This is how you do it. Okay, this is the conversion that's happening. So this will become 6 and this is 5 and this is 2. So over here kamu ada 256 meters. 24 tambah 4, you'll have 32 kilometers. Depending on what they ask you, you can leave your answer like that, or you can change it completely to kilometers, or you can change it completely to meters. Okay? So if they ask you to leave it, I will ask you to leave it like that. Okay, usually they say kilometer, meter, you must see the answer. What is the answer? In your activity book, it's all there. The answer is in what you need. Okay? Now let's look at question 16, and question 16 is a division pula. Okay, tambah tolak darab bahagi, operations. How do you do this? Write it out. 54 kilometers, 135 meters, bahagi 9. Divide by 9. So you know 54 divided by 9, that is 6. Kind of easy question lah. Huh? So which means you won't have a remainder here for the kilometers because 0 already the remainder. So now you go to the meter side. Now if you have a remainder, then the remainder will change. Okay, let me change the question here a bit lah. Huh? Let me say this is 55. Katakan this is 55 kilometers. So you will have 6 and then you have a balance of 1 kilometer. Betul tak? You'll have 1 kilometer as your remainder. Now the 1 kilometer must change now to become meters. So it will become 1,000. You put lah 1,000. You can put it here. Okay, up here, and it will become 1,135 meters. Because why? Kamu ada remainder di sini. You got a balance of 1 kilometer. So you're gonna change it to become meters and then you divide by 9. Balance ni kena tukar dulu. Baru kena bahagi. So then you ask yourself, okay, 1 divided by 9 cannot, 11 divided by 9 will be 1. You do your normal division. 11 minus 9, over here 2. You bring down your 3. I wonder if we can get a correct answer or not. Let's see. 23 would be 2. That is 18. What is 23 minus 18? 5. No. Maybe I'm going to change this just to suit the answer. I'm going to put 54.
This number, right? The number should be 54 divided by 9.
Yeah, I'm changing it. So I'm going to change this question here. Okay. So over here 54 and then 54 divided by 9, you will get exactly 6. Usually the soalan won't give you complicated ones. It will give you something that's beautifully dividing. Okay. So this will be 54 and you will have 0 remainder. So I'm going to change this question here. I'll do it now itself. Okay. So the question would be 55 kilometers and 134 meters divided by 9. Okay, so you will have your answer. Why 15? Am I my calculation correct? Because you take over 1 kilometer here, it will be 1000. Okay, 1134 divide by 9, 1, 9, 2, bring down your 3, 18. That will be 2, 23 minus 18, 5, bring down your 4, 54 into 9. Oh, sorry, 54 into 9, yeah, correct, 6. 6 times 9, 54, so remaining 0. Okay, so your answer is 55 kilometers, 134 meters divide by 9. Kamu akan dapat 6 kilometer, 126 meter. Okay, I hope you can understand. If you can understand this, very good. If you don't understand, watch it again. Okay, go watch this video again.
But wasn't the question earlier 54 kilometers and 135?
Yes, and I've changed it because I want to have a remainder here. Okay, so now I've changed it to 55. So of course you can only go up to 6 kilometers and you'll have 54 and you'll have 1 kilometer balance. And that 1 kilometer changes to become 1000 meters. Do you understand? 1 kilometer, that's your remainder here. You cannot keep it. You have to change it to become meters and add it with the existing 134 meters. So 134 plus 1000 meter is 1134. You take that new number and divide by 9. Do you understand, boys? I will do one more example, okay? On division. Don't worry, there's 2 more examples for us to do. Actually, 4 more. Okay. Now, question 17. This one, you see, the question is now gone on to a different unit. Kilograms and grams. And they have 3 times you must add. So for addition, it's pretty simple. You can write it out straight away. How do you do a question like this? Write out 25 kilogram. Separately, you must write 600 grams. You all can do it on your side now. Take out a piece of paper and do. Put your answer in the chat. Okay, all of you do question number 17. I will also do it on my screen. Put it in your chat once you get the answer. Okay, 1 kilogram, 550 grams plus 3 kilogram, all addition only one shot, 900 grams. So addition, you can write one shot straight away like that, standard written method. Put your plus symbol. Start doing here with the grams, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 0. So this is 5. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 plus 9 will be 20. So you write your 20. You don't go write anywhere else. Don't go kacau the kilogram yet. You leave your answers. Okay, mute yourself please, Farid. Okay, thank you. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 2. Okay, so dapat jawapan 29 kilogram, 2050 gram. Yang ni now you know 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. So tolak lah. Tolak 2000 gram. So take away the 2000 gram and plus 2 kilogram. So what will your answer be now? Here you'll have 50 grams and over here will be 31 kilogram. This would be your answer if the unit is written separately. If the question say change this to kilogram, so the 50 grams must change to kilogram and that you divide by 1000. And when you divide by 1000, you move the decimal will be here. So you must put a 0 here. So it will become 31.05 kilogram. Okay, boys? Okay, be careful. So when if the question say answer in kilogram, then gram ini kena tukar jadi kilogram. Bahagi 1000. So 1, 2, 3. Saya ulang balik. The decimal will be here and then we'll have to put an extra 0 here in front of the 5. So 31.05 kilogram. That is kalau jawapan nak dalam kilogram. Gonna go to the next question. This one, liter milliliter pula. Okay, this is the volume of liquid. Okay, again, tambah tolak can be in any of these units. So we will do it. 4 liters. See how I write the liter. 500 milliliters. Alright, minus 2 liters, 850 milliliters. Before that, let me see whether your answers are okay or not. Only one person only gave me the answer. Okay, Lester, when you write your kilogram like that, you no need to put the dot there. Okay, no need to put kilogram dot, 50 grams dot. Okay, you just leave without the decimal point is more of use it as the dot, you use it more like a decimal point. Okay, you don't have to put gram dot, kilogram dot. No need to do that. Okay, all right. Now all of you go and try question number 18. How come you all are slower than me? Must be faster lah. Okay, ambil a piece of paper and do this calculation. How do you do this? Maybe I'll wait for you all now. So you need to borrow, okay, 500 cannot minus 850. So you take 1 liter to milliliters. And what will your answer be? Put in a private message to me. Okay. All right. I see 2 answers coming already. Very good. How about the rest? I know in your keyboard, you got no choice. You write the L. Okay. I can understand. But in your book or when you are writing, try to use this L, or in fact, the keyboard one, they'll always ask to, if I'm not mistaken, you can italic it, you know, sometimes. Liter is, yes, 1 liter is 1,000. So this one will become 3 liters, and you bring out 1,000 here, will become 1,500 milliliters. Then you minus lah. Okay, 0 minus 5 cannot, so you borrow, don't forget. So it will be 5. 14 minus 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The answer would be 6. So here you have 650 milliliters, and 3 minus 2 here will be 1. So your answer will be 1 liter, 650 milliliters. Katakanlah soalan tanya, jawab dalam liter. So very simple, your milliliter kena bahagi 1000. So 1, 2, 3, your decimal will come here. And your answer will be 1.650 liter. Or kalau soalan tanya, jawab in milliliter. Then you tukar your 1 liter jadi milliliter pula. Ini will times 1000. So you will get 1,650 milliliters. Faham? So there are 3 ways your answer can be written. You can either separate your unit, you can join and give in 1 unit, or you can join and give in the other unit, depending on the question. Untuk ni, you kena tahu convert dengan betul. Okay, so let's move on to the last 2 questions that I have for you all. Question 19 and 20. So guys, all these 20 questions is your homework. Okay, just now somebody asked me, what is the homework? This is your homework. I haven't gone to activity book yet. Do this first. Okay, either you print it out or you write it out. The chart, you must draw it out. Okay,
Do this too, teacher.
hello, do all from the first slide. Nampak di sini, the first slide is this one. Okay, measurement ni tak payah buat apa-apa. This is what you're going to learn. The third slide is this chart. You start here. You must draw out this on an A4 paper. This is what you start. Question 1. Nampak sini? Question 1. Okay, so question 1. Now I'm doing question 19 and 20. 20 questions here. Cikgu telah terangkan semua soalan ini. Cikgu telah rekod pun. Cikgu akan masuk. That's up to you, Lakshman. Whether you want to print it or you want to write it. Okay? That is up to you. But these 20 questions must be done by you. Okay, you can print and paste in your book, or you can actually write it out as well. Okay, that's up to you. Now let's look at this one. Okay, question 19 is a division. Actually, it's a mixed operation. Nampak betul-betul lah. You remember you also can do mixed operation. What is it? 3 times 4 kilogram 260 gram and then divide by 6. So according to the rules of Bodmer's, multiplication and division is in the same group. You do the multiplication first and then only you do the division. This is soalan mixed operation. So you do lah the multiplication first. 4 kilogram, semua orang buat. 260 gram. Darab 3 times with 3. So what do? You do like this. 0 times 3, 0. 6 times 3, 18. Carry up. 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. So over here 780 grams. And this is 12 kilogram. You take your answer now and bahagi 6. So you have to do again 12 kilogram, 780 grams, divide by 6. You got to do a standard written method. 12 divided by 6 is very easy. This is 2 kilogram. So you know, here got no remainder already. Tak ada remainder. So 0. Now you go to the gram. 780. 7 divided by 6. 1. You get 6. Over here you get 1 there. Bring down the 8. You have 18. 18 divided by 6 will be 3. 3 times 6 would be 18. Here no remainder. Still bring down your 0. 0 divided by 6, 0. 0 times 0, 0. No more remainder here. And your answer here is 130 grams. 2 kilogram, 130 grams. Okay? Very good, Levish. All right. Number 20. 1 liter, 700 milliliters. Divide by 4 times with 2. According to the rules of Bodmer's, division and multiplication is in the same group. So you do division first, followed by multiplication. Okay? So you take 1 liter, 780 milliliters, and divide by 4. Sometimes, to make your life easier, okay, I give you a trick here. You change. You change. You know 1 liter is so difficult, you want to do it separately, you make it 1,780 milliliters. Betul? You make it like that. Divide by 4. Looks easier to do. So this is 4. This will be 16. Okay, you get remainder 1. Bring down your 8. Again, it's 4. Again, it's 16 here. And you'll have 2. Bring down your 0. And this will be 5. And then this will be 20 here. This is division I'm doing. Okay, and no more remainder. So you have 445 milliliter. But don't forget, you must times 2 pula now. So you take 445 milliliters. Very good. Some of your answers came in already, times 2. So 10, 8, 9, and 8. So answer 890 milliliters. You see that? If the question is asking, can you answer me in liter? Then divide this with 1,000. And you will get 0.89 liters. Okay, boys? So you can either answer in milliliters because it's 890 milliliters. Tukar kepada liter pun boleh. Bahagi 1,000. Jadi 0.89 liters. That's how you answer these questions. Okay? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay. And now I clear my drawings and I go back to this. Okay. What do you have to do? What have we learned? We have learned the earlier slide I shared was this. Okay, units and tools of measurement. Then we learned how to convert. You need the chart to help you. You need to do some basic questions there. Then we also learned how to tambah tolak, darab bahagi. Okay. Lastly, later only we will do this. Once you are okay with this, then only we go on to this. Now these 20 questions that you keep. I will tell you later in your activity book what pages you can do. Okay, give you some time first. Do this first. So I'm going to stop sharing as well as stop recording. Okay, so hold on.
Did you really have to give away all